Hi, everyone. Today is Friday, the 11th of September, 2020. And before I start the lesson, I just want to mention to you that it was 19 years ago today that the United States of America was attacked on its own soil. And that had not happened since December 7th, 1941. It's a major part of our recent history and an American and international tragedy. And I wished you would just take a little time to think about that today and how lucky we are to be here and have the things that we do. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about our next steps on this journey. And so, as you can see, I'm in student mode right now on my computer, and I'm going to go through exactly what you see and show you what we're going to be doing today. So once you get to our language arts page, I want you to come over to the left and click on modules. And it's going to bring up the Launching Readers Workshop. You've probably seen this several times now, and we've talked a little about the roadmap. We've talked about the Learn About It, that was navigating Canvas. We're going to look today at documents. So click on Documents. And it says you're going to be using the following documents throughout this unit. There's a quick video that shows you how to create your own copy of each of these and to sort of star them so that you can find them easily. It's a 1-minute video. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you.
Here's a quick set of instructions for how to save your documents to your Google Drive and have super easy access so you don't have any problems finding them. So you're going to click on your reader's notebook, and then you'll do it again, the same thing again for your choice board. So you're going to click on it, and it's going to make you make a copy. So we're going to make a copy. And then you'll come up here. You can change the name so you can put your initials or your name on it. And then you're going to click this little bitty star right here. And by doing that, when you go to your drive, you'll go to the start and it will, let's refresh. It will be right here, so you can always find it. Don't go starring everything, or else you'll have a big long list of things that you can star, but you can star the documents that you're currently working on and then kind of unstar or delete the ones that you aren't, so you can keep this list nice and short.
Okay, so starring is a great idea because it will keep you from having to filter through potentially hundreds of documents in your drive. So let's go back up to number 2. And you already have your Launching Readers Workshop notebook, or hopefully you do. So we're going to go down to Launching the Unit Choice Board. You're going to click on that, and it'll ask you to make a copy, which I already have. And you're going to see this document here. This document is going to be very important to you. There's a lot of moving parts to it. So at the top, it says read for 30 to 40 minutes from a book or article of your choice. Then you're going to be doing some things down here. It says stop and jot notes as you read so you can complete the task. If you click on that, it's going to give you a document, and you will have to make your own copy of this as well. Pretty much everything in here, you'll have to make your own copy. This is a place for you to make notes. It says use the anchor questions to annotate as you read. Collect your notes from your reading in the table below. You will use these to complete the choice board tasks. So it's going to ask you for page numbers and details from the text and what you think about it. So if I go back here, when it says anchor questions, Those anchor questions are embedded in the document. What is the character doing or saying now that's different from what you'd expect? Why is the character acting or feeling this way? Where is the contradiction in the story? Does the character do something you didn't expect? Those are anchor questions, things you should be thinking about while you read. So you're going to put on that document the page number where you found it and some detail from the text that helps answer that question, and then what you think about it. How do you feel about that? What's on your mind as you're reading it? So those things you're going to document on there. You do not have to have that separate document. If you want to put that in your reader's notebook, you can do it that way. Just set it up like the document is set up. The other thing is, this says click here for reading choices. This is just a place where you can go to find something to read. So if you've already got your book, you don't need this, but there are places on here to read news articles. There are places here to check out books, use your wow card. You don't need to make a copy of that. So then it says, it gives you the standard cite textual evidence that most strongly supports an analysis of what the text says explicitly, as well as inference drawn from the text. When they say explicitly, it means it flat out says it. That dog is big. That's explicit. You know it's probably not a chihuahua. An inference is a little bit different. In that case, it's not telling you exactly what you might need to know. It sort of hints at it. It gives you clues. If you said that that dog ran through the yard and tore up the tulip patch, you might think that it might be a bigger dog. It's an inference that you could make. You could also infer from that that it's a small dog and it was just really wild. So, inference is not necessarily a definitely right or wrong. It's what you think about what you've read that isn't exactly come right out and it's not said directly. So, that's the goal of RL and RI 8.1. It's citing the textual evidence that proves what you think or proves what you know. That means you need to refer back to the book. That means you need to use things like, from the story, I understood that. The author says that. On page 232, the character did this. So you need to refer back to the book. You need to be specific to evidence from the book, not just saying something because you pulled it out of your hat and said, "Well, I think I remember something about." It's not That's not what citing evidence is. Citing evidence is actually using the text, using the words from the book to prove what you're saying. So then let's go down here and it says complete the annotation collection document and one task from the options given. So the annotation document was that one that I just showed you that you made the copy of. That's this one. And again, complete that in a document form, or you can complete it in your notebook. Either way is fine. Then you're going to choose one of these other options. It says one task from the options given. So these are your options given here. Fiction choice 1, fiction choice 2, fiction choice 3, fiction choice 4. So you're going to choose 2 or 3 of your annotations to write long about. That means you're going to write a lot, like we're talking paragraphs, people. Really, really dig into it deep. And create your own Google Doc and fill the page with your thoughts and answer the questions, or write them in your reader's notebook and upload a picture. And that picture is just like, if you're handwriting it in a notebook, you can take a picture of what you wrote and upload it to your notebook so you don't have to rewrite it. Or you can use a graphic organizer. A lot of people like graphic organizers because it helps you organize your thoughts. So there are some really good ones out there. This is an example of one. If you have a different graphic organizer that you like to use, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But if you do this, again, you're going to make a copy of it and you're going to fill it out and you're going to upload it to your notebook. Or Snapchat story. Create a series of Snapchat story images to depict the most important moments from the text. Add the strongest textual evidence for the images that support your inferences for choosing those images. So this one's kind of fun if you like social media. If we click on this right here, you're going to see it's a little Snapchat image here. Again, you're going to make a copy of it and you can fill it out and upload it to your digital notebook. Or you might choose choice 4, Creation Station. And that means with teacher approval, that's me, create your own way to show how you inference from text. That means you might want to make a video. That means you might want to act something out. That's entirely up to you, but check with me first to make sure that it's something that I think will work. But I'm definitely open to doing anything creative that works for you to show me that you understand the book. And down here, you're going to see nonfiction choices as well. We're not on nonfiction right now, so I'm not going to go over that. But I do want to say, as you look at this, the next question is going to be, well, it says to choose one of these, but how often do I have to do this? Oh, that's a very good question. I'm going to say that I would like to see you do one of these per week. So that's not a lot, but I do expect to see some really good solid work on it. So um, this is going to start with next week, the week of September 14th. So the week of September 14th, you're going to be reading your book and you are going to choose one of these 4 choices. Don't forget your anchor questions. Those are very important. You're going to fill out the annotation form and then you'll do one of these choices. You need to tell me, is it choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, choice 4? I'll probably figure it out, but it's always best to just label it because I'm not that bright. And you can upload it to your notebook. Make sure that it's there because at the end of next week, I'm going to ask you to turn that in. So you'll have all week to read and do one of these options. Now it says 30 to 40 minutes from a book or article of your choice. In this case, it needs to be a novel. And 30 to 40 minutes is each night. So you should be reading 5 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes. And as you read, I would take notes so you don't have to go back and remember things as you go. Put these on a post-it note, these 3 questions, put them on a post-it note so that they're right there as you're reading. I would stick it on the page, use it for my bookmark. If you're doing it digitally, I would just stick it on the top of my computer so that I'm always looking at it. Keep those questions in mind as you're reading. Remember to use complete thoughts, complete sentences when you're writing. If you're doing something like Snapchat story, maybe you don't have to use complete sentences because, it's Snapchat. Graphic organizer. Again, you don't have to use complete sentences in a graphic organizer, do you? So there are a lot of options here for you. Please keep in mind, this is going to be due every week. This will be due every Friday. I will be collecting that from your notebook on Fridays. So make sure that it's done. Make sure that if you have questions, you're asking them in class or emailing me. Just make sure that you don't fall behind. Keep up on your reading. Again, I still would like to see you be able to finish the book in 2 weeks. That's my goal, and that should be your goal as well. So that's basically what we're going to be doing with our independent reading. And good luck with it. And I hope you have a book that you really enjoy.